Let me start by saying something many students don't say out loud. Project defense is not about what you wrote. It is about how well you understand what you wrote and how confidently you can explain it to others. Many students have good projects, but once they stand in front of lecturers, their voice shakes, their mind goes blank, and everything they knew suddenly feels far away. Not because they didn't trade, but because they were not prepared the right way. So, in this session, let's talk calmly as if you're sitting right here in front of me. And by the end of this, you should know how to prepare for defense. You should know how to present your work confidently. You should know how to answer questions intelligently. And you should know how to walk into that room with clarity, not fear. Before we proceed, it's important that we understand what project defense really means. Project defense is not a battle, as many may think. It is a conversation. Your lecturers are not there to condemn you. They are not there to condemn your work. They are not there to destroy you. They are just there to confirm if you actually do the work. They are there to confirm if you understand your research. They are there to confirm if you can explain your findings clearly. So, instead of thinking, oh, I am going to face all of these numbers, start thinking, yes, I am going to explain my work to all these people. That mindset alone changes everything. What you must understand before defense. Before you step into any defense room, you must understand your project in 5 key areas. 1. Your topic. 2. Your problem. 3. Your method. 4. Your results. And 5. Your conclusion. Let's break this down simply. Your topic. You must be able to explain your topic in plain language. Example, if your topic is the impact of social media usage on academic performance, be ready to say something like, this study examines how the time students spend on social media affects their academic performance. You see, this is simple. It is clear, no confusion. The next thing you talk about is your problem. Why did you carry out this study? And you could have this example. Many students spend long hours on social media and there are concerns that this may affect their academic performance. This becomes a problem. And then the next thing you should talk about is your method. How did you carry out the research? And you have this as an example. I used questionnaires to collect data from undergraduate students and analyze the data using SPSS. You have to keep it simple. The next thing you should think about or talk about is your results. What did you find? And here is another example for you. The study found that excessive social media usage negatively affects academic performance. So the next thing you should be talking about is your conclusion. What does it all mean? You have this example. It shows that managing social media usage can improve students' academic outcomes. Now, we need to talk about how to prepare for defense. Preparation is everything. Let me show you how to prepare properly. Step 1. Read your work again, this time smartly. Do not cram, just understand. Focus on your chapter 1, that is your problem and objectives. In your chapter 3, Focus on methodology. In your chapter 4, focus on your results. And then your chapter 5, focus on your conclusion. Step 2, what you need to do is practice explaining your work. You have to stand in front of a mirror or explain to a friend or a family member. If you can explain your work simply, you understand it. Step 3, you need to prepare for likely questions. Let me quickly share with you common questions that may come up during your defense. 1. Why did you choose this topic? 2. What gap does your study fill? 3. Why did you use this method? 4. What are your key findings? 5. What are your recommendations? You are to prepare your answers calmly. And then you have what you should do during defense, how to present during defense. Here we talk about presentation itself. You are to start strong. You are to greet confidently. Example, good morning, distinguished panel. My name is, you mention your name. I am here to present my research on, you mention your topic, and then you flow. You have to follow structure. Present your work in this order. First, like I mentioned, your topic. Second, you talk about your problem. Third, you talk about the objectives. Fourth, you talk about the method. Fifth, you talk about the results. And sixth, you talk about the conclusion. You are to speak clearly. Do not rush. Pause. Let your words land. Right? And then after your presentation, it is expected that you will be asked questions. This is where many students panic, but it's actually simple. You are to listen carefully to every question asked and then think before answering. When you want to answer, please answer directly. Example, if you're asked, why did you choose this sample size? Your answer should be, the sample size was chosen to adequately represent the study population while remaining manageable within the scope of the research. You see, this is simple and direct, and this is how your own should sound. If you don't know something, if you're asked a question you don't have answer to, be free to say, I will need to explore that further. This is far better than guessing, and you will not be victimized, you will not be criticized for that, right? What to do on defense day? This part is also very important. You need to dress professionally. You need to arrive early. You need to stay calm. And you need to stay respectful. Okay? Now, small secrets I'll share with you is that you need to build confidence. Confidence here is not loudness. Your confidence is your clarity and calm. You need to maintain calmness and be clear. When you want to say something, say it so clearly and confidently, right? So, common mistakes you need to avoid are cramming without understanding. You don't need to cram your work. Speaking too fast. You should avoid this. It's a mistake. Argue with lecturers. Do not try to argue with your lecturers. Showing fear. Do not show fear. Stay confident. Look straight above the heads of those that are examining you, and then stay calm. If you don't know your result is also a mistake, you need to know what your results are so you could talk about it clearly. Friends, project defense is not something to fear. It is the opportunity to say, this is what I worked on and I understand it. When you prepare well, when you understand your work, when you speak clearly, defense becomes a conversation, not a struggle. In our next episode, we will explore how to write a seminar paper or proposal successfully. This will help students preparing for presentations and academic submissions. And for the rest of this month, March 2026, we will also continue with career guidance and job readiness, how to prepare your CV, interviews, and all other employability skills are what we'll be teaching or we'll be talking about in the rest of the remaining parts of this month. So, I encourage you to stay connected, follow this channel, and explore all our playlists for complete personal, academic, and career growth. See you in our next episode. Thank you.